everyone. I am running late like always, so I apologize. Um, but welcome to Let's Have a Conversation podcast. I'm glad that you could come on tonight. For everyone that's going to view, come on in. I'll tag a few people. Okay. Right. So welcome everybody. I'm trying to get myself together. This month's live podcast is going to be about Love Always Wins, and I'm honored to have tonight's guest on, Angel and Kiana George. I have followed them on Facebook for a while, and I just love true, authentic love. You can tell when people are genuinely happy. So I decided to invite them on tonight so we all can get just a better look of their relationship, their story, the highs, the lows, etc. I will be bringing them on in just a minute. Just waiting for a couple people to come in the room. Okay. If y'all can go ahead and share it to y'all's Facebook. I don't know if you have or not yet. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on, and we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. Heather, okay. Hello, you guys.
Hi.
So welcome them in, you guys, to the room. I'm excited to have them on tonight. Um, we don't have any, pre-planned questions. We're just gonna have a free flowing conversation. So we're gonna start out just by y'all introducing yourselves. Um, y'all have the floor. However y'all want to do it. I don't care.
I'm Kiana.
And I'm Angel.
And
Go ahead.
no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'll just talk about yourself. Y'all fine. Just whatever y'all want to do.
I am
You go ahead.
getting ready to graduate from state to be a teacher, elementary education. That's me.
Which she's amazing at.
Yes.
And I have several professions, but along that list, I do office admin work. I'm a tattoo artist, and I'm also a DJ for weddings.
You know what's funny? So somebody inboxed me and they was like, "Oh, she's an awesome DJ," and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I didn't even know that." I
Yeah.
don't really know Angel like that. I know Kiana just a little bit. I'm sure she remembers me. I don't know if she does not, but just by being around your family, and Mimi, and so I just know. But I haven't been around you in years. This is
Yeah.
when you were little, real little. So I'm honored that y'all decided to come on tonight. Um, so let's just go ahead and talk about y'all's love story. How did y'all meet? How did this come about? How did y'all get married? So start at the beginning and then work your way on up.
Sure. Well, I knew Angel whenever I did show choir. And then once I graduated, I worked at the Clay Center in Charleston whenever I started college, and we now raise her nephews, but at the time she raised her nephews, and so she brought them in to the Clay Center, and we like recrossed paths, and I told her that we should get lunch sometime, and then
She asked about dancing, and I told her at the time I was teaching on the boulevard down in Charleston, and she came by and we danced together, and that was pretty much all she wrote at that point.
and we hung out ever since then. And then we started after we hung out. It's probably my junior year of college that we officially like moved in together. As far as marriage, we didn't.
We
do
were
like
just pretty much like, let's get married.
yeah,
We
it
were ready.
wasn't like a whole engagement
proposal
thing. It was just like we decided that we were ready, and so we just got married. We were gonna do it
as a destination wedding.
yes, because we go to Florida for vacation every year, and we were just gonna get married in Florida.
And we actually had the day off for Juneteenth
in 2024.
And we were like, well, let's just take pictures on Juneteenth because it's right before we go to our vacation, and then we'll just get eloped on our vacation.
Yeah.
Well, we told our friends about it, and her friends specifically were like, so you mean we don't get to be in the wedding?
Well, because I was going to make them like boxes and like invite them to take pictures with us. But while I was making, I was like, you know what? I sort of kind of want to have a wedding. So then we put together a wedding
together in like 2 weeks.
Literally in like 2 weeks.
We did it on my property. We have a big field that's out behind our house. We basically spent the first week just cleaning the property up, like landscaping it, giving it a fresh cut. And I think I rented chairs for about $100.
Mhm.
I had my own music set, so I just played it from my phone, literally.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really
Everything was
beautiful.
super
I built the
simple.
arch myself. These
I
were
wanted
actually
nothing to do with it.
some of the flowers that was on the arch
Yeah.
back here, but
Okay.
yeah.
I did nothing. I stayed in the hotel with my friends.
Yeah, she was bougie and taken care of.
I didn't want to do nothing, so Angel did everything.
Yeah.
I'm not like my dress. It was actually pretty funny. My dress came in. We got married on a Wednesday. My dress didn't come until that Monday.
She was sweating.
We were me and my bridesmaid had like fixed my dress up. It was a whole thing. But we had a wedding here, and then we went and honeymooned in Florida. And so
With
now
kiddos.
we've been
Yeah.
with our children. And so now we've been married for a little over a year.
Yeah, almost 2.
You know, just watching you two interact with each other, I can just tell that, you know, you two are a funny couple. You two like to make each other laugh. So who would you think is the funniest out of you two?
Oh, that's an ongoing debate. I claim I am, but she claims that she is. So
I naturally just always feel like I'm the funniest person.
yeah, okay.
Angel doesn't agree though, so it's really
Goofy for sure. She's got her goofy
I
side.
think I'm the funniest because I'm absolutely never serious. I think that everything's a joke.
True. I am
Angel's just like
I am the more serious,
Yeah.
the more stern of the two, but
you're a humorous human, but I just feel like I'm more funny of a human.
so we'll agree to disagree on that.
We'll agree to disagree. Okay. So my next question is, so I want to go into like the harder questions.
Sure.
So being in the church, let's talk about that.
Absolutely.
I know I don't know too much about Angel, but I know for sure that you have a church background.
Yeah.
You have, you know, your family's in church. Your mom is this, you know, amazing singer in Charleston. And just different things. You know, you have ministers in your family, evangelists, bishops, all of this. So, you know, how does that look for you two? You know, being, you know, let's call it what it is, in the same sex
And
marriage.
lesbians.
Yes. Okay. You know, how does that look being in the church? Because, you know, it's this big thing in the church, you know, internal damnation, you know, this,
Yeah.
that, and the third, you know. How does that look for you two? And how do y'all maneuver, you know?
I mean,
You're always going to have a mixed review. You're always
Yes.
going to have those people that absolutely love you, everything about you, including who you are and who you're with. And then you're going to have people who totally disagree with it and just are set in their ways and just, it's wrong, it's a sin, you know. I don't condone it. I love you, love the sinner, hate the sin type of people.
Yes,
So
yes.
you always want to have a mixed review.
But like for us and me personally, I just never cared.
Yeah.
Especially like growing up, obviously with my Christian background, like I've always went to church. And so when I decided to be with a woman, I mean, it didn't change the fact that I loved Jesus. And truly, I never really, I was not the type of person that lost sleep overnight wondering if Jesus still loved me. Like I just always felt like he did.
Yeah, me
Like
either.
I'm just like, if people don't agree, I was fine. And if they did, I was also fine. I mean, I didn't care either way. And like, it doesn't change. I always feel like no matter what you're dealing with in life, like you and your relationship with God is going to be you and your relationship with God.
Yeah.
So I never really let other people dictate that for me. It never swayed like how I felt or what I did. And I mean, I also am a huge believer in like different versions of the Bible, when things came about, when things were actually said, the context in which things said. Like I know that people are like the Bible doesn't change, and like no, it doesn't. But people have changed words over time. They have. I don't know. I just think it's a whole thing. But as far as like actually being in the church and being active in the church, like it's never swayed for me. I've always sang. I sing now. We're on different teams. Like
Of the
it's just
ministry, yeah.
it's never swayed how I feel. And I mean, like if you don't like it, I mean, I guess
You just
you
don't.
just don't like
But
it. But I mean, as far as our relationship with Jesus and being in church, and we're also lucky that our church is
loves us
very
and is accepting. of
welcoming.
us.
Like we've never really had anybody look sideways, and if they don't agree, then at least no one's ever said it to our face. So,
Yeah, true.
So as we talk about love always wins. What are some of the challenges that you guys have faced so far, being a couple, being married, um, and how have you guys stuck beside each other? In those difficult times.
I think in today's age, lots of times, I mean, just like being in a same sex marriage, there's people that don't
There's
like
always
it, and it's
judgment.
fine. I think that one thing that we've always stuck with is that we didn't care about what anybody else thought. So if we were fine, then we're not really swayed by
Yeah,
the outside
I
world.
don't think struggle is really the word to use because I don't feel like we've ever struggled with each other or struggled in our relationship. Um, just I guess, like I said in the beginning, there's always going to be mixed views. There's going to be people who obviously like LGBTQ or are allies, and then people who are against it. Like we've had comments made to us out in public before from people who obviously don't like it, but then we also have tons of compliments that people love us together and they love seeing the love we share with each other. So
I feel like when you're secure in somebody in a relationship, then I mean it's just that. So it's never been really hard for us to go through really anything as far as being together, being married, as long as we were fine.
Gotcha. Okay. So I recently watched you, Kiana, on Rachel's podcast, I believe.
Mhm.
And you were talking about, adopting and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, so with you being a married couple, how did that decision making go? Because, you know, naturally, you two, you know what I'm saying. So did y'all make that decision together to adopt, or how did that play out?
I can kind of take it and explain it. So before we even really became serious together, I myself was looking into fostering. My family's always been made up of, like, I have aunts that came from the foster system that are just like blood. And so at the time when it was just me and my two boys, I thought, well, if we ever move into a bigger house, why not open our home to other kids who need love?
Yeah.
And so I got certified, and immediately when we were talking, she just was like, "Oh my God, that's something I would love to do." And she got certified as well. So then we started fostering together, and now fostering has led to us raising four kids, my two nephews, and then our two fosters now. So, and we love every single one of them, and we're looking into adoption now. But that's how that kind of came about.
Yeah, I think even outside of being LGBT, we like I always wanted to foster when I was even younger. I've always been super like mom pro, and so I wanted to do it, and she was already doing it, so I just hopped in and did it too, and we've done it ever since.
Okay. Let me see. Anybody commented? Mimi has commented. Hey, Noons, is that what she? What is that? Noon,
She's
not.
saying non. She's saying hey to me. Hey, girl.
Oh, okay. Mimi, are you still on? I'm sorry. What?
It broke in there. He broke the handle. Which one do you want stuck on? This one or that one?
I
Can you
guess.
turn it on?
I guess this one.
So we'll take the handle and put it on the edge.
I'm sorry. We're having an issue.
We did it.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Um, you've thrown me off. So, Mimi, do you have any questions since you're on? Feel free to write in the chat. But anyways, so another question that I have for you guys. So like you were talking about the church and stuff like that. What advice would you give anybody that may be struggling with, I guess coming out and being in church and but afraid to do it because they're afraid of judgment? Because of course, there is going to be judgment. There's going to be people that smile in your face, but talking about you behind your back and acting like they're supporting you, but they're really not. So what would be your advice to them, for just going for the gusto and just saying, hey, this is who I am, this is who I love, this is who I'm going to be with, regardless of what you think? What would you say to that person?
I mean, I always said, at the end of your life, nobody down here is going to dictate what happens after the fact. So I never blinked my eye or never will blink my eye to somebody who may or may not agree or disagree with my relationship with Jesus. And so for me, I just had to dig deep and really just have a relationship with Jesus, and then also just be secure in myself.
That's what I was about to say.
Like depending on how you are, like I mean, I did therapy right into college to make sure that I was secure in myself and that I could speak for myself and that I just was strong in who I was. And as far as church, like I feel like that's a really sacred thing. And I would never let somebody else dictate or make me feel like I don't belong, especially if I have that relationship with Jesus myself. And like, I just know even when you play both fields, like the way that you feel in church, the way that you feel in the presence of Jesus, like that's never changed for me. It's never been something that I had to guess. I've never felt like I was just doing it all wrong and that Jesus never loved me. But at the end of the day, like he gets to pick, like nobody else gets to pick for you. So I wouldn't let anybody else, because everybody's doing wrong somewhere. Somebody along the way, you're getting it wrong, but like that's not for anybody else to decide except for
Yeah.
you and Jesus.
I have to agree with her, especially when she says being secure in yourself. That's the most important part. I think a lot of people that struggle with it are the ones that are insecure about their sexuality or their relationship with God. Before I was even with Kiana, I had a personal relationship with God myself as well as the church. You kind of knew a little bit about her background. As far as mine, I grew up small town Baptist. Like you can literally walk to the church that I grew up, and I was always singing in church and then playing drums. And then it went from that to dancing when I found First Baptist. Edward, who's a really great friend of mine, one of my best friends, he introduced me to First Baptist Church and was like, they have a dance ministry. And when I knew that I got to do something that I absolutely love to do and praise Jesus at the same time, that was my calling. And so immediately I went into the dance ministry and I've been on it since I started at First Baptist. And finding a wife, like I can't tell you how much it means to me to have a wife that is so in tune with her relationship with God, because it's something that I've always prayed for and hoped for, because we get to do that together. If
Yes.
something's rough, we pray through it together. We have Bible studies together. We go to church together. We just joined the evangelist program at our church together. Um, and that makes such a whole world of difference to have that type of support. versus being in a relationship where, you know, maybe one does have that relationship with God, maybe one doesn't. But going back to it, I guess it's just, you know, treat other people the way you would want to be treated. Number one,
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
secure in yourself. And, you know, if they do have a problem with it, I mean, that's on them. That's not on me. That's not on us.
Very well said. I couldn't have said it any better. You know, I kind of stalk y'all on Facebook because I mean I just love to see you guys just doing different things. I love to see y'all dancing. I love to see, you know, y'all just always seem so happy, you know. And like I said in the beginning, you know, you can tell when something is kind of like, oh, I don't want to be in this relationship, but I'm just going to fake it on Facebook and make it like, you know, we're, you know, this happy couple, but we're really not. But when I see you guys, you know, I can honestly say, you know, I see true happiness. I see love. I see, you know, you seem both outgoing, you know, you're always doing something different. Um, it's just different things that I see with you guys. And I'm just like, you know, I wish, well, I'm in a relationship. I ain't going to say that I wish we would do stuff like that, but we do. But I wish people, I hope people can see, you know, the things that me and my girlfriend post on Facebook and they can, you know, honestly see that we're as happy as you guys are, you know. But some people, you know how people are. They're always going to find the negative.
They, yeah, they definitely will. I mean, kind of with us, it's like what you see is really what you get. Like our goofy
Yeah.
side that we post on Facebook. I mean, that's us here at the house. Our dancing, like that chemistry's been. I mean, it's there. It's always been there. It's going to continue to be there. Um, I mean, that's one of the, you know, things that really made us fell in love with each other. Is just that type of connection. Um, but yeah, no. I mean, what you see is what you get. No facade.
Yes. Mimi did comment. Um, she said, as your older cousin, I want. Did you read that? Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay, I saw y'all looking down, so I don't know if y'all was
Yeah,
We're
reading.
watching on
we were
a phone
reading a
and then
lot.
we're on there. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay, I got you. I will repeat that. So y'all saw that. I lost my train of thought. She wrote a lot. So I was talking about Facebook and stuff like that. So what can y'all share with us that keeps y'all's relationship, you know, fresh and spontaneous and um that makes you guys stay happy, you know, because a lot of relationships don't last long. They don't last a year nowadays. You know, they last a couple months. But what have y'all done to last as long as you guys have lasted?
You want to take it? You want me to take
It
it?
doesn't matter. Well, first off, it starts with actually loving the person that you're with. If
Yeah.
you don't like who you're with, it's going to be hard to be with somebody. Um, it goes back
Using
to
that
absolutely choosing the person every single day. And then for us, it really does go back on having a staple with Jesus. No matter what, even in hard times or rough times, like we always find a way back to each other with Jesus and through Jesus. As far as living every day, our lives are never the same. Every day looks different. We have lots of kids that keep us going, but for us personally, I mean, like you never stop dating your
Yeah.
person.
You
You're
gotta
always
continue like you're
doing
trying to
stuff,
still catch them.
going out. Like we act like I make her act like she's gonna pick me up every day.
That's right.
Together, you know, when you go out, you might act like I don't know. Like you have to be fun, whether it's
Yeah,
games, hobbies,
We went,
dressing up.
went to the library the other day with the kids, and I approached her. I was like, "Hey, you come here often? You know,
Yeah, like
you gotta have fun with it in the
right.
relationship. You know."
90% of the time, kidding around, joking around.
But communication's huge for us too, though. Like
Super.
we're big on communication. So like if something is bothering one of us, like we have to talk about it. And we do talk about it and we work through and we listen to each other. That's a huge key too.
Yeah.
So out of each other, what can you say that you love the most about one another?
Well, like I said, one, I do love the fact that Kiana is a woman of God. And like I said, it's only strengthened our relationship. If anything, it's brought me closer to my own relationship with God, being able to bring that into our relationship together. But two, just she's so caring for others, so nurturing. When I see her with the kids, it just makes me fall in love with her all over again. She's got that beautiful heart. She's like sunshine, I always say, that walks into a room.
Yeah.
That's how I describe her. She's my definitely a sunshine. So
Oh, she's
everything
lovely.
really. I mean,
She's
there's a
eating
whole
all
list
this
I
up.
could
Look
go
at her.
through.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty that I love about this woman.
Yes.
Well, that was great. I am just a very selfless person. She's almost never doing for herself. It's always for us and our family. She's a super hard worker. Like we never go without, whether it's a need or a want. Like I'm getting all the things that I want. Our family always has what we want. She's super sweet. She knows when something's off. She's very confrontational. So even if I didn't want to be, like, I have to be, because we're talking about it, we're doing the things. I've never had to ask her to be a good partner to me or ask her to be a good mom to our kids. I never have to beg for attention or anything that I need. She's naturally always just done it and been there. And so it's never been something that everything that I needed, I found in her.
Oh, you two are so sweet. so,
Right. Please.
so I mean, I know. I mean, it hasn't always been, a walk in the park or, in a field of roses. So, what are some of the times that you guys have faced um, with being together? Some of the tough times, because I'm sure there has been tough times, and if you care to share with us, and how did y'all pull through?
Outside of our relationship, like if you bring other people in, family is sometimes hard, friends are sometimes hard. Just like we were
Yeah.
talking earlier, for the people that don't like it, they're friends that we've lost and
Yeah, I mean, I've lost
things we've
personal
had to.
friendships. Like in general, with the LGBTQ thing, there are certain people who accept it, certain people who don't, and like those who don't, then I guess it is what it is. We have some family that support us. We have some family that don't support us. But we really try not to let that weigh on how we work as a unit with our own family and together.
I think it just goes back to being secure in one another. So things that we face like outside isn't really something that we hold too much in our relationship. Like within our relationship, I feel like when we first got together, I was very, like I just said, non-confrontational.
Yeah,
I held lots of things in. So if something was bothering me, like I never said it.
she didn't really speak out as much.
Like I just growing up, I just didn't really. I wasn't a confrontational person. I'm still not crazy confrontational, but they were like, and that's like I started therapy and I was working on myself. Working on being more secure in who I was. So at first it was rocky, like with our communication and doing things because I had a lot of space to grow. But
I just had to get her to talk
I've
to
come
me
a long
about
way.
it.
So
Yeah.
I feel like that was one struggle. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, no, you made ridiculous gains on that in the very beginning. Like she said, she wasn't very confrontational about things that maybe bothered her, upset her. But then she started to open up more, especially since when she did therapy. And then it was like, oh, this is a whole game changer,
Yeah.
you know?
But I mean, like on a daily basis, we're fine.
Yeah.
We don't really have too much going on.
As far as like struggles, and I know it's like hard to say, but I don't think that we really have that so much anymore. In the beginning of the relationship, there was tug and pull with people's opinions on our relationship.
Yes.
But, like she said, ultimately, we try not to let those opinions persuade how we felt for each other. It's always been strong.
I'm really an out of sight, out of mind person. So like, if something happened, I usually just was like, okay, it happened. We're done.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
move
how
on.
she is.
Like
I'm like,
she try to like hang on to it, and I'm like, please no, like it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm done. We're done. Like we can keep going. Because I mean, like, I don't like to fester on things. Like small things, I still have that issue. But like big things, especially if it's like not in my home. Like if I don't live with the person or you're not paying my bills or
Yeah.
put gas in my car, I really don't have enough time.
and I used to take it very personal.
Like, I don't have time for that.
I used to take it super personal, like people's opinions of me or how they viewed me and or our relationship. But, after talking to her and how she would talk to me about her perspective on it, my opinion changed drastically because it would bother me to think that people thought a certain way of me or didn't think I was good enough for Kiana or, and then to see her side of things and it's like really what type of benefit do they hold to you in your life? It's one opinion of one person versus how we feel about each other and how we're doing life together. So I learned to grow more secure in that.
Yes.
You two are just it's all love. It's just all love. And I love it. You're making it hard for me to come up with questions. You know, when people see you guys just out and about or on Facebook, what is one thing you want people to take away from you guys? You know, what do you want them to? Well, I know you're not doing it for people, but what do you
Right.
want them to, see when they see you guys?
I would just ask that people don't be judgmental. Like, get to know us as people, and our relationship, see us and how we are together and the dynamic that we bring to each other and to the, in general to the world before making an assumption or I guess making your own opinion on it, or even not just that, but also from the opinion of others. Don't pull from what you think
Yeah,
others think of us versus seeing it actually for yourself. I mean, because at the end of the day, people say a lot of things. Some things aren't true, some things are true. Um, but it really, I guess my take would be just get to know us as people before you start to judge us. We don't judge people, and we would hope that we would get the same respect in return.
absolutely.
I would want them to see happiness. I would just, if like somebody didn't know me and they were walking out on the street and they just saw us, I obviously just want them to see happiness. If,
True.
if you're a follower of Christ, I would want you to think that like Jesus was with them.
Yeah, like
Like
when you see
that was
us,
built out of Jesus. That was built out of love. Because I mean, that really is how we and I, try to carry ourselves on a natural basis. Like I said, I really don't get too deep in anybody else's business. We're not judgmental. I mean, we sort of kind of stay in our own corner. We hang out with friends. We don't really dig too deep in anybody else's stuff.
no, I mean, we'll help anybody that needs help too. Like,
Everything doesn't work for
I mean,
everybody.
we've had friends that are close friends with us. We love them dearly, and we've gotten even closer with them now. But they've struggled in their relationship too. They were females in a same sex relationship, and they struggled with their family not agreeing with them being LGBTQ, but they also wanted to be involved in church. And they actually kind of met up with us, sat down with us, had pizza with us, talked about, well, how do you get over what people say or how people judge you? Kind of like the same thing we're doing here with you. And we just kind of told them exactly what we're telling you. You got to be secure in yourself,
Yeah,
kind of put that to the side, and it's about you and God. And my thing's always been you've seen God do many things, even if you're looking at the Bible and you've seen him use many people. If he can use people, drunks, people who hung out in the slums, people who were classified as a whore, I mean, look what he's done there. Who's to say that he can't work through me?
yeah.
Even if I fall, we all fall short, but even if I fall even shorter in your view of me.
And having a church background as myself, you often see where there is people that's the LGBTQ community being used in the church, but it's kind of silenced in a way. They
Not
don't,
talked about.
yeah,
Hmm.
but they're actively being used in the church, but nobody says anything because we just ignore that. We don't we don't
Right.
want to lose membership. We don't want
Yeah.
to lose um, our church name to be tarnished. But you see it all the time. I
Right,
mean,
dancers, singers, choir directors. I
uh,
mean,
you
and it's
know,
not just around here, it's
it's
everywhere.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think that goes back to today, like in the world, everybody is just so entitled to like everybody's business too. Like one thing about because there's sometimes you're just not like you can't make everybody happy, everybody can't be pleased. And I mean that's even with us. You're not gonna find a perfect place. You're not gonna find a perfect church. Not every single person is always gonna be right or not everybody's gonna be happy. That's just life in general. So that goes back to being secure and knowing that like I'm not here for anybody in this church. Like I'm doing what I'm
I'm
doing
here to praise and do
because
what
I
I'm
want
meant
to
to
lift
do.
Jesus's name. So
Yeah.
honestly, if I don't get any recognition for what I'm doing, Jesus sees it. If like it just never has mattered. It has never registered to me, and I don't think you either in that persona or way. Like,
Now, I will say, as an LGBTQ woman that's in church,
mhm,
it does kind of, I wouldn't say upset me, but like he said, it is silent. Like
mhm,
people don't talk about it. I mean, with us, I feel like it's been way more open now than
mhm.
even being single because people, like I said, they see us, they see us on Facebook, they know our relationship. Like we've had people even in the church come up to us and be like, "I just love y'all. I love you to death. You guys are just the cutest. The picture y'all posted." But I mean, I don't like that it is silent. I mean, because we are normal people and people can disagree with that. They can have their view, but to me, it is a normalcy. There's LGBTQ people everywhere and every day, and it's not something that should have to be normalized because it's just you do have those type of people. I mean, it's not a lifestyle; it's who we are. At least that's how I view it. You know what I mean? Others may not, but to me, I feel like this is who I am. This is how I was made, and I really wish that that stigma wouldn't be in the church. That it wasn't so silent, and that people were a little more accepting of the fact, and not try to make you feel, I guess, shameful or looked down upon or less than because you are LGBTQ. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it just bothers me because having the background of being in ministry and things, you see any and everybody being used. Because I'm not just going to say LGBTQ. I mean, any and everything. But then you have the pastors or whoever is speaking at the time condemn, you know, people that's in the same sex marriage and stuff like that. But then use them on
Yeah.
the keyboard on the drums. I'm doing
Mhm.
these
Now,
different
I will
things.
say that there are certain lines you do have to cross with like being disrespected as a human.
Yes.
Yes.
Because honestly, in a lot of situations when it comes down to stuff like that, I'd rather it be silenced than spoken against. Because naturally, when you know that you're not welcome, like, okay, that's sort of kind of when it's like, okay, I'm not going to go to a place where I know openly that, I'm not welcomed or that the agenda is this. Now, if you believe what you believe, that's sure. But I'm not going to go anywhere. And also raising children, I'm not
I
going to
don't want
take
them to
them
feel like that
places
either.
where,
Yeah.
they would openly feel like, they're not wanted or,
I mean,
respected.
yeah, because our
So,
house is all love. Like they're
yeah.
taught to love people of every color, every ethnicity, every sex, or
We
regardless
just
of their
teach
sexuality.
everybody's different and it doesn't matter.
But
So
they
that
see it. They know.
yeah, that's definitely one thing that I won't do. Like I won't allow, us or my family to be disrespected, especially in a church
Yeah,
setting.
I'd
Like
have
I
to
would
get up and
leave.
just leave, and I've done that
Yeah.
before. It's happened.
And it's fine.
Yeah,
Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's just how some people are. Luckily, like the church that we go to, it's just not spoken on, like it's not
it's
preached
really
about.
not.
So, I mean, in a sense like that, I feel like I would rather it just be silence as compared to actually
Years ago, I did have a
spoken
talk with my
against.
pastor, and I told him how I felt about it and how I don't think that it's a sin that, two people loving each other of the same sex is not hurtful to anyone. And I did go into the whole homosexuality, wasn't really even interpreted into the Bible till 1946. I mean, we had a hard conversation about it basically. And I told him how I felt. And he's always told us because there is more than just me at that church and Kiana that is openly gay, that he will always love us regardless of anything, and that he will always fight for us to be at the church because he knows our worth. He knows how, we minister. And I've just never felt uncomfortable at my church. I think there was one time where he had a speaker speak on it, and I just kind of left at that point. But he didn't know about it. And
Yeah.
at that point, he came to us personally and said, I'm really sorry. I did not know that this was going to be talked about. This is not what we discussed. I love you guys. I accept you, And so it made me feel like a lot better.
Yeah.
Even when they passed the same sex marriage law where people could get married, the only thing my pastor did was to address and say, as Christians, we're supposed to love each other. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And he read from, I think it was John, the passage where I give unto you a new commandment, and it's to love one another.
Right.
And that's what we did. And honestly, it was like a huge sigh of relief. I remember we were getting ready to dance at First Baptist Church, and we were sitting in the back, and we were holding hands, and we were really nervous about how people were going to perceive that news because it had just passed. And I just remember taking a deep breath, shaking really, because you're in a home. I mean, our church is like a second home to us, and you don't want to leave that. And like she said, there is a certain line you draw if you're going to be disrespected. But I just remember him saying that and said, we're going to love. That's what we're going to do. That's what we were instructed to do, and that's what we're going to do. So it was like a huge weight just slid off our shoulders, and
Yeah.
I couldn't have been happier about it. And I kind of knew that's where my home church was meant to be.
Amen to that. Amen. So we're talking about love. We drifted over into the church. But when you think about love, what do you believe the definition for you guys love is?
Mine is gonna be Jesus based per usual, and you gotta go to First Corinthians. Love is patient and kind, and doesn't boast in all the things. But outside of that, I mean, I don't know. When you love a person, you love them fully. You don't.
Yeah, I think mine is choosing that person.
Yeah.
Like waking up and making that decision that this is my person, this is going to be my person every day going forward, and really just putting that effort into that person. I mean, the love is just automatically naturally there, but also making that conscious decision to choose that person over and over and over.
And then I think to also, there's like a quote that's like being with the person is also going through funerals of every single person that they are and will be. Like we're not the same people we were last year. We're not the same people we were last month. And we have so many different versions of ourselves that we're going to go through and that we're going to get wrong or we're going to get right or you're going to say something the wrong way and you're going to make them upset. But the resolve, I think, is the best part.
Yeah, the biggest key. You got to choose to work it out together. You got to choose to face every obstacle.
And then choosing not to stay where you are. Like, I always think that we're growing and that I'm learning you more, or I'm learning, oh, she likes this, so this is what I need to do, or this is how she likes to be loved, or loving somebody in their love language and not your love language. And really, like, just the small things. Like, I know how you do your makeup in the morning, or I know how you like your eggs made. Like, small things that don't feel like it's a huge difference, but it is.
Little things matter.
Yeah. For sure.
Even if it's going into a gas station every day and bringing you out at least a Slim Jim, or you never walk out without getting her something,
Yeah.
Or, being a little bit extra just because, the other person loves it, or watching a TV show together and not watching it while you're at work. Or
no Netflix cheating.
Yeah, nothing crazy like that. But just making little small packs and sticking to it and choosing your person, but then also not straying away from the struggles. Like, talk about the things, fix the things, figure out how it's going to work.
Pray on it together.
Pray about it. You don't have to have it right. You don't have to know all the answers before you go to sleep. But I just think that you also always just have to choose that person and say when you're wrong. Say that you're sorry. Like, it's It's not,
That
don't
that was
one
hard
up
for
your
me
person.
sometimes.
Like, just say I'm sorry and we can go back to how we were. Like, it's fine. It's not,
I've learned to do that.
it's not, everything's not some huge deal. So I think that my most favorite thing about love is healthy communication and knowing the person that you're loving and, growing with that person and never letting anything else affect what you got going on. If other people steer the wheel in your relationship, you don't have a
Praise your
relationship.
person, man.
Like, you gotta love your person.
I crave my person every day. I can't relate to people who don't want to be with their person all the time. And I go like some people are like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys want to be together all the time. Like you got to have a break." But no,
Some
can't relate.
relationships, and some, like, in our relationship, it's annoying for some people, but like, it's genuinely just sort of kind of how we are. Like, I might post you on Facebook every day, or I might, be annoying every single day, but that's just like how we are. Like, if she leaves the house, I'm probably calling her 5 minutes when she leaves. Hey, what are you doing? Miss you.
Miss
Love
me
you.
already.
Like,
All right.
I mean, that's just how we are. And so one thing about me is I've gotten super good at just not caring. I do not care about what literally anybody thinks or
True.
says. And so for me, I get to just live. I get to live loudly. I get to be annoying. I get to be obnoxious. And if you don't like it, you can unadd me. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I want to drift off a little bit to something else. We'll talk about Kiana a little bit. So, um, being around her when she was smaller, um, I just remember her being very outspoken, and saying some very. She says how she feels, and I wasn't around her a lot, but just being around her when Mimi would come around, and then you'd be with Mimi. Um, I got that part of you. You're going to say what's on your mind. You're going to, um, you don't care who you offend. Back then, I don't know if that's changed
I have
now,
a filter now. But,
but
I'll
you,
still say it just nicely.
yeah, but
Yeah.
then you wasn't being nice. But
No, I was mean.
you
I was
were just saying
mean.
whatever, and
I
I'm just like,
was.
wow. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's what
I
you
liked
did.
you then, because I'm kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I'm still like that. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I should probably change that. But I just say how I feel, and if it hurts you, it hurts you. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I know growing up you had some health challenges. We don't
Mhm.
have to dive into the health challenges, but going through what you went through as a child, and where you're at now, what is one of the things that you're grateful for, to still be alive, to still have the chance to love, to have the chance to be married, to have the children, have the house, you know, what is one thing that you are grateful for?
I mean, I think it's just obviously having another day and knowing that things can change in like the blink of an eye. Like when I did go, what I went through, like I went to the hospital because I had a headache and I couldn't get rid of my headache. So, I'm thinking they were going to prescribe me like, an antibiotic, take some Tylenol, going about your day. And obviously it wasn't that. It was a whole other thing. And for me, I mean, it just made me appreciate life more. Like I was always a little bit unhinged, but now, I don't regret any day. You wake up, you just start again. I love every single person, and for me, I mean, I'm glad that, and I don't know if it's weird, but like, I guess I'm glad that Jesus chose me because
Yeah.
I guess in a way it's like, you can tell it's not anything fake. Like even in the hospital, I have videos of me dancing. I have videos of me still praising Jesus. I have videos of, making a good time out of an insane time. And then also just even when I tell my story now and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, yeah, it happened, I'm here, whatever. So for me, it's always been a positive thing. You should never take life for granted. And so I'm very proud of myself and very thankful to Jesus for letting me go through that and see how life could be different and being able to just live fully every single day.
Amen. Angel, do you have a story? I mean, do you? Because I don't really know you,
Oh no,
so
I
I
can
can't
speak.
really.
I can speak on hers. I mean, even
Okay.
meeting her, for instance, she did go through all that, and like she said, she's just thankful for another day. And it really does show through her personality. She really does love life and enjoys it and tries to see the best in everything and everyone. Um, Even into her adulthood, using that story, she was real insecure with regards of she did have surgery on her head.
Yeah.
So she had a scar. And so her hair was a big insecurity for her for a long time. And, talking to her, just telling her how beautiful she is, showing her, she did get the nerve up to just go ahead and shave that head and wear it proudly and own all of her scars. And to see that and to see her become that type of woman and know the things that she's been through and just stand proud in it, it's been amazing to watch.
I do think that situation and also being with Angel, it just goes back to the fact that I just don't care. I like life is just too short. There's so many things that you could care about and I just don't anymore. And so like she said, I did a shake my hair at the beginning of 2024. And when I was like contemplating making a post on Facebook, I was like, am I going to? And I was like, oh, maybe not. But then I'm like, also as a teacher, as a mom, as a friend,
Yeah.
I want everybody to feel as empowered as they can, no matter what skin you're in, no matter what your hair looks like, no matter what you wear, no matter who you love, no matter what you're doing. Like, you should just be happy. You should live your life. If you want to shave your hair, shave your hair. If you want to have red hair, have red hair. If you want to have green hair. I don't really care. Whatever makes you happy and you joyful and you feel like you're being the best you, I'm always pushing that agenda because it really is wonderful to be able to wake up every single day and just love life, no matter what's happening, even if you have hard things to face, even if you don't know what's to come. Like, and I give a lot of that credit to Jesus too, because I mean, it will all work out one way or another. So
Yes.
just living freely and loving you and everybody else around you, it is a great feeling.
So do y'all have anything? Because I don't try to be on here long because I know I can get long winded and just start talking and talking. Do y'all have anything else that you just want to share or just talk about, or um, maybe give us something about each other that we don't know, or
What do you want the people to know about you?
I don't know. You tell them something about me. I mean, honestly, like I said, we're pretty open people.
Pretty open books. I don't know.
I guess I've told you a little bit about me and my background.
Angel just finished her master's
I
degree
did actually. I did
with a
just
4.0.
I did.
okay, congratulations.
I got my master's in cybersecurity, and I'm getting ready to take certifications from spring through summer. So
Okay.
that's pretty exciting to be able to do that, provide for my family, balance work life, family life, our beautiful relationship. It's pretty cool. It's a great accomplishment.
Yes.
So we'll be graduating together. I technically have already got my diploma. She'll be graduating
In May.
and we're gonna do a photo shoot together and
Yeah.
kind of share it with you guys. But it's two great milestones in our life, and
Yeah. I think if I had to tell anybody anything, not necessarily about us, but just as advice, is to just do it. Do the things that you want to do. Do the things that make you scared. Do the crazy hobbies. Make bread from scratch.
right.
Go
Oh yeah,
outside
that's something I
and
could
ride
tell
a
you
5K.
guys.
So yeah, let me talk about that for a minute. So what started that? I just went on Facebook and I just saw you
Listen.
just doing bread, and I'm like, okay, so what started?
Listen.
Rise and bake or whatever.
Bread and butter.
Bread and
Kiana's
butter.
bread and butter Saturdays. Listen.
Yeah, no, my wife has a new hobby every
It's
week.
just something
You know
about
what?
me.
I encourage it.
Yeah.
She
I
went
truly am
from
crazy.
bread making to embroidering to doing nails.
Mhm.
I mean, I've supported every single one of them, and I love it.
no stem to what I want to do. If I'm sitting in bed and I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see something that looks cool, you better believe I'm gonna try it the next day. So my greatest obsession right now is making things from scratch and embroidering. So
Laps is good.
I mean, it's a good time. I
She
mean, I've
made
been making some
chocolate
good
chip
stuff.
bread.
Yeah, it was like chocolate chip
It
marshmallow.
was good.
My sourdough's over there sitting. I just want to do all the things. I've just decided that I'm
Like,
gonna
to be honest, to be honest, when we first started talking, I didn't honestly peg you as like you would be this little country wife, like love the country life, but she really does.
I just think that naturally in life, like why not? Like I just want to do all the things. Like why would I
Yeah.
not do all the things? So it's like for me, it's a great joy because like I also want my kids to think I'm cool. Like yeah, my mom made that from scratch, or like my mom made
Yeah.
that shirt like Ann did. Yes, thank you. Like I don't know, I just want to be a cool human. So I just like to get in a little
And
bit of everything.
that's another part of the relationship. I think that's one of the reasons why we stay so happy together too. Is
Yeah,
if we see something we really want to do or we're interested in, we
We just
really
do it.
encourage each other to do it. We just go for it.
just why not? Like the worst that's gonna happen is you're gonna be bad at it.
Like she pushed me into doing like tattooing. Like I've always been an artist and I've always done art from home. And she was like, no, go get your apprenticeship, go do this. And
Yeah.
I've, came such a long way, even from starting over a year ago at that shop to where I am now. I've met great people. Shout out to PJ down there because he'd be coming for the tattoos. He's got a beautiful one on his forearm, but
Yeah, he does.
like I said, we just encourage each other, and you really need that in a relationship. You need your cheerleader.
We just
It's
live life.
definitely good to have that support because, like you said, she likes doing different things. You like doing different things, but like instead of you being like, why do you want to do that? You know,
Oh yeah,
why are you wasting your time to make bread? Why are you doing that? You're encouraging her to do it. And a lot
Absolutely.
of times, you have a lot of people be like, no, you don't need to make bread. There's other things you could be doing.
yeah, no,
I think that people in life just wait so long for like a right time or like some type
Yeah,
of call in or some type of like it has to be no. Like if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. And like the worst that's gonna happen is it's gonna be bad. Like okay, like I tried it.
yeah. I
But I
wanted to
just
do a cricket. I wanted to buy a cricket and start
yeah.
making shirts. She was like, okay. I bought a heat press the next day. Bam, we've been making
Listen,
our own shirt.
the other day I decided that I needed to play the guitar, so I went to the pawn shop
For real.
and I bought a guitar. One time we were on we're doing with the jeans. It was her brother's. Her brother had a piano in the bottom of his house, the most heaviest
my
thing
goodness.
we've ever experienced in all our life. But we hauled it in
She
here.
gets me into these things. So she was like, I want a piano. So my brother had a free piano. What I do, drove right down to my brother's house, loaded that sucker up, put it in the back of the truck. Took forever to get it out of the back, but we did it, and she played it. One of your friends, was it Jonathan? Is that his name? That sings, plays keyboard with you.
Yeah.
He had an elliptical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an elliptical. It
Oh,
was like
yeah.
free elliptical.
Got that elliptical.
Babe, we should
And
get
now
that.
it's
We
out
should
front.
exercise together. Bam, went and got it.
I mean, like, you just gotta do things. I don't know. I've never
Yeah.
been the type of person that's gonna restrict myself from doing something that I think is cool. So unfortunately,
We encourage
I'm
our
doing all
kids
the
to do. We
things.
encourage our kids to do the same.
Yeah. Like it's
If
just
they see something that they take interest in, obviously go for it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Just go
love
for
it.
it.
I love every bit of it. I love it. I love it. Did I have a question? Was we talking about something else?
Well, we were just talking about random things about us.
Yeah, you were talking about my
making
bread. Yeah. I've decided, don't worry, I'm gonna start posting more. And I don't know, I think it's really cool to like think about like making bread for somebody and dropping it off. Like I
Yeah,
like one of my friends on there wants like the pizza bagels, so I'm gonna make them, I'm gonna wrap them up, I'm gonna drop them
People don't
off.
do that now.
Like, I also really just want to keep some things alive. Like,
Yeah.
gift giving, letter writing.
Recording.
We got a
making home
camcorder
film.
over Christmas so that we could make films for our kids so that they would have
home
something
videos.
other than like it being on our phone. So it's on the camcorder. And I have pictures. I got into photography for a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Our kids won't be able to be like, oh, mom never did this. Like, yep, because she did. So, I mean, like, just doing all the
Have
things.
y'all ever thought about doing vlogs and doing a podcast maybe?
I
Because
tell her all the time,
Listen,
like she needs to be.
She actually, it's been like 2 years now. She actually bought me a podcast
I did.
microphone.
And
I made the page,
logo.
made the logo, and then I just never did it.
It was,
And it wasn't really
titled Talk
Talk
Today with
Yeah.
Kayla Nay. That's
Listen,
exactly
it
what
was the whole thing. It wasn't out of fear. I just never did
She
it.
just has not
Because like
got
I
to it.
post like on TikTok stuff like here and there. We chat all the time. So I really did. I had got all the stuff to do it and then I just never did it. But I'm sure we'll get there one
I'm
day.
sure, yeah. And I tell her she needs to, she does use her platform a lot, especially for her teaching. She loves her job. She loves the career she
Yeah.
picked. She kind of picked her. I mean, they
Yeah.
were meant to be.
I do love my job.
And she uses that a lot for spreading awareness, even with classroom things, whether it's teaching new math or whatever. But then also on her own page, she's done a little bit of influencing too. So sorry, our littlest one is yelling about his
Yeah, he's
iPad.
going crazy.
no, you're fine. No problem.
Yeah, I've always loved because some people, social media is a hard topic for some people, and it's like it's abused like
They're going
really
to love you or
easy,
not
really
love you.
quickly.
Is what it is.
One thing about me specifically, I've always loved social media, but for a good thing. Like I enjoy posting like motivational post or a funny video or helping
Positive, spreading
somebody. Like
positivity.
I've always, and I'm like everybody's biggest hype person. Like I love getting to see other people's lives, but it also is like a negative thing for some people. So some stuff you're like, oh well,
You can
maybe I
do
should
that.
just
Yeah.
keep it to myself because the internet isn't for every single thing in your
Right,
life.
right.
But I mean, yeah, I mean I've dibbled and dabbled in it,
You
just
need
like
to do it.
everything
I
else.
encourage that.
So yeah.
So the next time you make some sourdough bread,
Mhm.
I would love to have some.
Absolutely,
I love sourdough bread.
absolutely. I would love to
Wow.
make you a loaf or 2 or 3.
Right.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah. I like-
Perfect.
yeah. So let's do that.
Don't worry, you got it.
Y'all are just very interesting. Y'all are very interesting. You really should. I'm telling you, get a podcast together.
Yes.
I will tune in. So we got
Perfect.
one right there. So I just encourage y'all to do that because I mean y'all. I don't know. Y'all very positive. Um, yeah, just do it. Just do it. But before we get off, do y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about, or share, or
No, I would say,
advice?
people who do watch this, thanks to those who really do support us and see us for us.
Yeah,
You should see everybody for themselves. And don't be a judgmental person.
Agree a second.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't be scared to, especially to our LGBTQ people. Don't be afraid to say, I'm gay and Christian, or I'm a lesbian and I'm a Christian. Like those two things can go together. Like I said, everybody's gonna have an opinion on it, but do it for you. Like you're the only one that has to answer for it at the end of the day. Like don't be afraid. Don't let people push you away from the church or religion or a relationship with God. Because you can find that person that's out there that's meant for you. You can have a personal relationship with God and have all those things.
And, if it's not one thing, it's another. One thing about the human race is in one way or another, somebody's going to not like something you're doing.
And that's okay.
And that's fine. Like, don't live your life based on other people.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't pay your bills or put gas in your car
I know
or
that's
cook you
right.
sourdough bread. So here we are.
So I do thank you guys for coming on tonight. I hope that somebody is watching and could see they are regular people. So don't judge them. For who they are, their choices. But support them. They're great people. They're great people. They have a great story, and they're exemplifying true love. So again, I thank you guys for coming on tonight. I thank you guys for being authentic. I thank you guys for sharing, just some of your story. And I encourage you guys, just to be you. Just stay who you are. Don't change. Make that podcast. Make that sourdough bread. Just do all the things. And And yeah, just again, thank you all for just coming on. Thank you all for tuning in. Um, and I hope you all have a great night. And we'll stay in contact. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah,
Sure.
I want to get a tattoo, so
Yeah.
I will be hitting you up for sure. So everybody have a great night.
Yeah, we'll have
for
to
having us.
have to do dinner or something. That'd be
Yes.
cool.
And we pray and
Yes.
flourish that this podcast flourishes over the years and things. So
Thank you.
I'll
Thank you.
definitely share it for you.
yes.
Thank you. Yes, and we'll definitely have to do dinner. I love to eat. We love to eat.
But we are foodies.
Yes, yes.
Praise be. Love it.
Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
Okay, let me try to get off of here.